Hello again, witchy people. I'm back again today with my Yorkie, my little Yorkshire Terrier, Barkley, he's sharing the camera with me today because he's not very happy. There's lots of fireworks going off, so he's panting and he's licking a lot because he's really nervous and he's really frightened. So he's only 3 years old and he thinks he's a pussycat because he's been raised with cats. This is Barkley McScruffles. You saying hello, Barkley? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. So he's down here on my lap being hidden away because he's all frightened. Anyway, a quick update on raven feathers. I still haven't got them, but I do have crow feathers, and they are genuine crow feathers and they've been very ethically sourced, so I'm really happy about this. And I'll show them to you in a moment when I change the camera view, because I'd also like to show you a bit more of my book, which I've decided I'm going to, on camera anyway, I'm going to call it a grimoire just to make it easier to figure out what I'm talking about. I can't keep on going around calling it the book. So I'm going to call it a grimoire whilst I'm on camera, just to make it easier. So there we go. I do actually have a second book also, which I've made because I had all that paper left over, which I was going to use in the first book, which I decided not to use. So I do have all of that. So I decided I'd make another one. And I've been teaching other people how to make these post-bound albums. And I've also now been asked to make another one for a wedding album. So I'm going to do all of that, and that's going to be fun. I'm going to quite enjoy doing that. Health-wise, I'm doing really well. I've had a few lapses in consciousness, I suppose you could call them. I've had a few moments. Some of them have lasted a few hours, but last night and today I've been absolutely fine. So I'm being really distracted by my dog who's just panting away. Oh, he really hates the fireworks. Anyway, so yeah, health-wise I'm doing really good, and obviously by the mention of November and firework night, I can say that I'm well in the swing of NaNoWriMo, the National November Writing Month, and I've done, well, by the time I've updated my word count today, I would have been, I think, over 15,000 words, and we're very, very early on. That's because I've done a lot of notes, and I'm doing a lot from the notes, so really it's just typing out a little bit here and there. All right. Oh, he's like a little baby. So yeah, so that's going to be quite easy, and I've decided to do a lot more on trees and the lore and symbolic meanings of trees, and so I'm getting quite into that, and that's going to up my end word count by quite a lot. But I'd like to show you how my book's getting along, not the pages that I've done, some of the other pages and how it's looking. Show you the new book and show you the crow feathers. So I'm going to change the camera view, try to settle my doggy down, and yeah, and show you how I'm getting along. So let's do that now. So here's how the book's getting along. Still haven't got my pentacle charm on the front. It hasn't arrived yet. I'm quite disappointed. But it's okay. As you can see from the top here, it is getting very full. I do have quite a bit of room left in it, so I still have this much, and obviously a bit more expansion with the ribbon closures here at the side. And I'll show you some of the herb pages, simply because they are what I've printed out, and they actually come from a place called the Cackling Cauldron on Etsy. I'll put the link down below. But she does beautiful pages. I'm trying to think of her name. Aundria, I can't remember her name, but it's the Cackling Cauldron, and you can look it up. So as you can see, lots of beautiful pages. She does also pages on planets and such like. But I really like this. I really like these because it has all the information I already have, but in a prettier form. So, which is why I've got them. So, and as you can see, it does still lay beautifully. So there's that. Let's pop that one up out the way for a moment and collect my second book, which is much smaller. It's I designed this. I've designed, as I said, I've several, and although these pages aren't, the pages that I've made, that I've helped make with other people, are all being made from an A4 page, just cut down slightly and folded to make the binding of the pages stronger. So let's undo my rather long bit of ribbon here. Once again, it is attached, it's sewn into the back and the front. And this one is just, I haven't bent the pages yet, so if I do this, they'll stick right up. So all the pages need to be folded and bent, especially as these are thicker pages. But as you can see, this is just going to be, I think this is just going to be my workbook. I'm going to have lots of scribbles and writing in there, basically a notebook. So, and here I have my crow feathers. They are absolutely beautiful. You see, I doubt if it'll pick up the colour on camera, but so I'm really pleased with these. And like I said, they are ethically sourced. They weren't extremely cheap, but they were ethically sourced. I did some checking up first, and I suggest if you're going to buy anything like this, you do the same. Check up where they're coming from. Make sure they are ethically sourced. I do have some more coming because I wanted some tail feathers as well. I don't like the idea that in a lot of cases, unfortunately, the crow does die. But this is a leftover bit from when the crow is killed. So I am happy I've got them. I'm not happy the way they are made, but there we go. And I've got bits of feather hanging around everywhere, and I'm sure that's going to make the cats come in. So these are some of the spell pages. Now you can download these free, very similar to this, but they're not as nice. The printing doesn't come out as nice, especially if you want it A4 size. So I would, if it's information that you have already, or information that is similar to what you have and you do want to download, I would highly recommend the Cackling Cauldron. So there we go. That's all for now. I will say goodbye before I ramble on any more. And if you're planning a firework night, please have a safe night. And remember all those poor animals like my little Barkley who do not enjoy it at all. And yes, don't forget to check out the links below. So for now, bye bye, witchy people.